By the time Friday arrives, most of us are tired. But not always for the reasons we think. Yes, there's physical fatigue, mental overload, too many messages, too many tabs open. But there's another kind of tiredness, the kind that comes from holding on. Holding on to conversations that didn't go the way we hoped. Holding on to decisions we didn't fully agree with. Holding on to the feeling that if things had gone differently, the week would feel lighter. Disagreement is part of life. It's unavoidable when people care, when perspectives differ, when values meet reality. And disagreement by itself isn't the problem. The problem begins when disagreement never finds a resting place, when it stays active in the background of your mind, when it becomes quiet resistance, when your body moves forward, but your energy stays behind, replaying. You show up, but not fully. You act, but without presence. You comply, but with tension. And slowly that tension becomes exhaustion. There's a phrase often used in leadership and teamwork: disagree and commit. But stripped of buzzwords, it's actually a deeply human idea. It doesn't mean suppressing your voice. It doesn't mean pretending you agree. It doesn't mean betraying your values. It means something quieter. It means recognizing the moment when discussion has ended and action has begun. It means choosing not to sabotage the next step with internal resistance. It means saying gently to yourself, "I've been heard. The decision stands. Now I choose how I show up." Because when you don't commit, the cost is rarely visible right away. The cost shows up later as frustration, as detachment, as resentment disguised as indifference. Committing doesn't mean you were wrong. It means you're done fighting the past. Sometimes the disagreement isn't with another person. It's with yourself. Part of you wants rest. Another part insists you should keep pushing. Part of you wants to say no. Another part fears disappointing someone. Part of you knows the truth. Another part isn't ready to accept it. We often live split this way, internally debating, internally delaying. And just like external disagreement, internal disagreement drains energy. There's a moment when clarity asks for commitment, not certainty, not perfection, just commitment. To the boundary you already know you need, to the decision you already circled back to 3 times, to the version of yourself that feels quieter, but truer. Friday is a good day to notice where you're still arguing with yourself. There's a strange relief that comes when you stop resisting what already is. Not because everything is ideal, but because your energy stops leaking. Commitment gathers your attention back into one place. It lets your nervous system rest. It lets your mind stop rehearsing alternate timelines. It lets the week close instead of looping. When you commit, you're not saying, "This was the best possible outcome." You're saying, "This is where I am now, and I'll meet it fully." Peace often comes not from better choices, but from cleaner endings. Take a slow breath here and ask yourself, without judgment, where did I disagree this week? And never let it settle. What decision am I still quietly resisting? Am I carrying an argument into the weekend that no longer needs my energy? And reflect. What would commitment look like? Not as defeat, but as relief. You don't have to resolve everything tonight. You don't have to rewrite the week. But you can choose what follows you forward. You can let the decision stand and let yourself stand down. You can keep your integrity without keeping the tension. Sometimes clarity isn't about pushing harder. It's about putting something down. And Fridays are good for that. Let the week rest. Thank you for taking this pause with me. I'll be here when you're ready for the next one.